Hey, what's up, everybody? Hi, my name is Onepeg, back from Loot Fest. Finally just got back into town. Anyway, there is a new video that is playing off of the wiggle that killed Tarkov called The Financial Report That Killed Tarkov, made by this guy, a guy named Rilo. There, now you can see his name. This video goes through the financial reports, the most recent one made from 2023, and talks about the amount of money that BSG had in terms of coming in and going out, and that they need to have microtransactions in order for BSG to be able to survive the fact that the game is expensive. I am here to tell you that I have a unique skill set here. I actually spent about 11 years as a financial planner for two of the largest financial firms in the country. My focus was on business succession planning, meaning older generation of ownership being sent down the line to a younger generation of ownership so that the business could continue to exist, which meant that I had to look through several years of financial reporting for any of these instances. There are a lot of ways to be able to fudge numbers when it comes to accounting, especially in the instance of BSG. And I want to show you what I mean, because there is a point in this video here that I think really deserves to be looked at with a bit of a scrutiny.
2023, they had a gross profit and loss of £2.4 million, ending in with operating costs, investments, expenses, and taxes subtracted, a total profit of $2,178,371 According to their profit and loss reports, BSG actually ended 2021 with a loss of $905,724.
That's the important part right there. They're showing that in 2021 and in 2022, BSG operated at a loss. And then in 2023, they were somehow able to turn it around. They made $2.5 million in 2023. But here's the thing, is BSG is quote unquote headquartered out of the United Kingdom, but doesn't actually reside in the United Kingdom. The director of the office here is a lady by the name of Lyudmila Libskaya, and she is the only employee of Battlestate Games in the United Kingdom, which is very important because the UK office of BSG is not where the devs reside. There are no employees other than Miss Lyudmila Libskaya for BSG in the United Kingdom at all. All of the employees that do anything with game development and whatnot are located solely in St. Petersburg, Russia, with the exception of Nikita, who lives in Dubai, but whatever, that doesn't really matter. Because when it comes to accounting numbers like this, gross profit and loss and cost of sales and whatnot, those numbers are because this office is a pass-through entity. It's located here, the Aviation House at 125 Kingsway, London. The Aviation House is a shared workspace. It's a WeWork on-demand space. There is no actual physical office that people will embody here. There are shared workspaces that people rent, like an internet cafe, to be able to sit down with and have meetings with people if need be. These places are everywhere throughout the globe. There are even tax-sheltered entities where you can set up an LLC in the United States, for instance, in states like Delaware, for extra legal liability protection. The state of Delaware actually goes out of their way to market this to people out of state because of the extra legal protections that are provided by Delaware state law that allows them an interesting niche in the world of business. But that's not really the point here. The point here is that the money that is being transferred through the UK is being enacted as a pass-through. All of the money that changes, that goes through the hands of the UK office is just being shuffled off to St. Petersburg, insofar as that they need to satisfy the needs of whatever audit comes through when it's time for the governmental agencies in the UK to scrutinize their books. That's really what it comes down to. You can't just say, I'm operating at a loss every single year. They have to show that they're making some amount of money. Point being is that when it comes to accounting like this and summary pages like this, there's an awful lot that can be interpolated if you know what you're looking for, and an awful lot of numbers that can be fudged if you know what to look for. Really anyone that has owned a small business in the United States or anywhere else realizes that there are ways to be able to manipulate numbers to make it look like you've either made more or made less, or you want a bank loan in the next couple of years, so you need to show that you earn more money so that your financial position looks stronger so that a bank will say yes to you. Otherwise, you try to fudge those numbers a little bit and show that you have had more expenses throughout the calendar year to consultants or other people to make it look as though the business isn't doing as well. A perfect example of this would be to say, if I own two companies, one of which is a business that I mow lawns for, and the other is just me as a lawnmower consultant, I could cut myself a check from business one to pay business two and have my two financial years be 6 months apart from each other and show that neither one of my businesses ever makes any money because I'm paying consulting fees from one company to the other and then back again. It's a shell game that has been played for decades upon decades for people that own multiple companies and are just trying to avoid having to pay taxes. In this case, BSG is just shuffling money through the UK office off to St. Petersburg, and then St. Petersburg is allocating those funds however they see fit or necessary. Now, granted, they could have $250,000 that they're paying off in budgetary expenses for marketing and all of the other expenses for server costs. All of that stuff is likely real. But the amount of money that they are saying they are really spending on this UK financial reporting sheet is so easily manipulated that there's actually no way to know that this is actually true. So does BSG actually need microtransactions in order for the company to be able to succeed in the long term? I have no idea. And the reality of it is that no one does, with the exception of the people at the helm of Battlestate Games or any company that operates like a private entity like Battlestate Games would. But to make a video to try to defend the idea of microtransactions because the financial reports make it look as though money's flying out the door and they're really floundering is absolutely ludicrous. There's no way to know that that's true, and to even make that assumption is a reach. All of that aside, if BSG decided that they wanted to give people stash space for some extra cash, whatever. And honestly, any content creator in my position that would try to complain that BSG is monetizing their game from a microtransaction perspective, with the one exception that it seems as though they're going back on their word a little bit about the whole microtransaction thing, is a little ridiculous to begin with. This whole thing with microtransaction stuff is all pay for convenience anyway. And in this case, someone with an extra 28 lines of stash space isn't going to make them a better player. It's not like you're going to get domed from across a map and be like, see, it's because he had more stash space. That's why I'm dead. No one's going to do that. No one. In reality, them doing this as a microtransaction thing isn't that big of a deal. If you're bitching about the game being broken or a content creator complaining that BSG trying to put extra monetization on a game that doesn't function adequately is also equally ludicrous, because anyone in my position that got a career out of BSG having made this game to begin with, to say that you didn't get your money's worth and an optional $42 that you could just be like, credit card, nah, I'm just not going to pay that. What's the big deal? Just don't spend the $42. Don't buy the stash space. No one's twisting your arm. Other people are going to do it. People are going to do it to keep up with the Joneses. They're going to do it because they want the stash space. They see the value or whatever. But to criticize it, especially on the content creator side, when you've made way more money than what you have spent and gotten more than 5, 10, 15,000 plus hours of enjoyment out of this video game, is so absurd. We don't even need to really broach it. Anyway, as soon as this video is live, I will be live over at twitch.tv/Onepeg. And we'll go play some video games and enjoy each other's company for a little while. Thank you so much for lending me your eyeballs, everybody. It's fantastic to see you all. And I will see you in the next video, okay? Thanks so much. Peace.